Best Nintendo Switch game is Super Mario Maker 2!
No, it's Animal Crossing. Let's all just put our hands up.
Not so fast.
Oh my God! You're gonna say Age of Calamity.
So fast.
You're gonna say
Ozzy,
Age
I'm
of
sorry.
Calamity.
I'm sorry, Ozzy. Kirby Fighters 2 had its day. Okay.
Damn it, I was just the one arguing for Kirby Fighters.
I'm not arguing for Kirby Fighters.
I'm here to talk about a little game called Hades.
Hades.
Hades is outstanding. Made me love roguelikes, which I've never been into before. The narrative progression on Hades is just something I've never seen in this type of game before.
Perfect
and
for
it's
Switch.
great in handheld mode.
Yeah, perfect for Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, Hades is great. It'll win other things, but it's gonna be Animal Crossing for the Switch. Let's just be real.
Look, okay,
here,
so
people.
Paper Mario came out, and spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, they killed a character in that game.
Oh, who'd they kill?
Bomb?
They made you care about a bomb. You know what? I'm gonna get into this in a different category, but like,
That dumbass explodes in every Mario game. This is not new.
but that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
They made you care about him.
They made
Hey,
you
you like
be
them.
like, no, Bomb.
They made you cry over a bomb dying. And that's what they do.
You only cry
Yeah,
because
came
you're a mark, Ozzy.
They came out and said this bomb is different from the other ones. This one's dead and not coming back.
Yeah,
All the other
Totally.
bombs will
Exactly
just
what
return
happened.
as always.
There-
that's
there
like
is
you.
one-
That's like a
This
game
one
where
is
you.
dead.
There's a surprising amount of Paper Mario nominees across our categories, so I will not be sad about this one. Because the other thing is, Paper Mario is not a great RPG. It's a wonderful story.
Yeah.
It's the best story in a Mario RPG since,
Gameplay
like,
is flat,
since '96.
boring,
But the
I do
gameplay
not-
itself
Well, it's
is
paper,
not.
so of course it's flat.
but it's super boring. I
The boss
cannot-
battles are great, but the actual the
grind.
everything else, the actual grind, it sucks. Like that's
super sucks.
So, I'm that's not gonna win. But I
And
wanted to at least mention it.
we got Super Mario Bros. 35.
Fun battle
Steve-
royale, but
Steve-
not the
I
best.
do
Steve
like
out
that
there.
game.
It's butt sauce. It's worse than Dolphin.
It's worse than Dolphin. What does that even mean?
They had all these years to get it better, and they still couldn't get better than Dolphin.
Have you played Super Mario 35?
I've already played these games in 60 hertz at 4K. I don't need to play.
You have not played Mario 35 at
That's right,
60
yeah.
hertz.
No, I'm talking about Mario.
You're about to make
Sunshine
Austin flip his wig.
in 64.
Yeah, I'm not talking about those games.
I must be confusing Mario 35 with something different.
You
3DS.
are. Mario
3DS.
35 is
Wrong.
like 8-bit NES Mario,
Oh,
but
okay. I'm
done in
thinking of
Tetris
3D
99
All
style.
Stars.
No, I would have said Mario 3D.
They not
All-Stars.
come out at the same time or something, or I'm confused.
They
Close.
It
did.
came out
Not
this
bad.
year.
Within a week of each other. Mario 35 is a limited time game. It's similar to Tetris 99. Steve T over here is a machine at it. How many wins do you have?
Ass. I have like 83.
83
Damn!
wins?
Didn't I watch you play that the other day, Steve?
I played it, I believe, last
week?
Monday,
It was on a
Monday or
Steam
Tuesday.
Yeah, I definitely caught some of that. I was very impressed.
God, that
Man,
game
he's
gets
so
downright
on
stressful
brand.
at the end.
He's just on brand every time.
I cannot stand the end game in Mario 35.
Oh, it's so tense.
Oh,
it's
it slows
so
down like
the
crazy.
end game is so much more tense than Tetris 99.
It-
Like,
it
not
is.
even close.
It absolutely is.
It takes forever.
That's
like-
the point.
I don't like that. I
That's-
want it
yeah.
to end. And it's like, I don't know.
You can always
It's-
give up if you want to end.
I don't. No, I want to win, obviously. But like, I think that
with
like
Ozzy.
Tetris 99 is the opposite. Tetris 99, the top 5 in Tetris 99 is so epic. The top 5 in Super Mario 35 takes like 20 minutes.
It
Yeah.
And
really
you're
does.
just like
That's what makes it awesome.
throwing fireballs. I just throw fireballs.
There's like 12 Lakitus on the screen,
Yeah.
and like that still doesn't end the game somehow.
And like 6 Bowsers jumping around. The
I
thing
love
is-
the ending. It gets really funny, but man, does it drag.
The Hammer Brothers chase you. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Like, if you just run past them and just like stop, they'll come back. They'll like
And yeah.
pursue you and throw hammers at you. Like, it's really crazy.
And then 3D All Stars came out. Whatever.
Yeah.
Clubhouse Games 51.
Cool dark horse game, but not the best of the year.
No.
No.
There was this little game called Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's wonderful. It took the world by storm. They've sold a gajillion copies of it.
Gajillion.
Yeah.
My very short argument, which isn't necessary for Animal Crossing, is that I kind of want us to get this done because I literally need one fish that is around until 9 p.m. tonight to get my golden fishing rod. Like, I appreciate this, but I need to get the fuck out of here. So
that is a great
fish.
argument for that. Not even kidding.
Wow.
Like, all day, I'm just like, it's 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. and I'm just like, let's go.
That's
Let's go.
schedule
I got
your
so
life.
Doesn't that
much
just sum
to
up the Animal Crossing experience in a
Yeah,
nutshell right
man.
there?
At one
I'm
point,
always on it, man, and it fills the gaps in my day. Like, if I'm waiting for someone to come by, like a contractor is going to be by sometime in the next half hour, I'm just on my couch playing Animal Crossing, or whatever. If Blake's got a big meeting speech, like you guys, I'm Animal Crossing. So,
Well, thank you for paying attention to my big meeting speeches.
I hear it in the pre-meeting, man. It's all good. It's my second rodeo, so. No, I mean, we all know how great it is, but
We've had several Animal Crossing meetups during Shacknews staff calls.
during staff.
Yeah.
Also, there have been points during the day, not just during staff calls, where things grind to a halt. It's like being in a newsroom or on Wall Street where someone's like, oh, so-and-so's selling for 672 bells. We're like, okay, fuck this shit.
Time stopped when the bell.
Like, literally nobody is asking why this breaking news hasn't been reported because we're buying turnips.
Yeah.
They're selling.
We're all
turnips.
like, it'll be fine. The breaking news will be there in 30 minutes. It won't, but whatever. It's good. We got our turnips.
I plan to die in a blaze of glory on the Animal Crossing hill much later in these debates. For now, I'll just say that kind of the same sentiment TJ shared earlier. I think almost everyone this year has a pandemic game, a game they played that just kind of soothed and eased what they were going through.
Ah, yeah.
Animal Crossing was that for me. I've never cared about this franchise. I think I played a sum total of like 20 minutes of an Animal Crossing game before New Horizons. That was the original on GameCube. And I was like, I don't even get what this is. By the way, best sports game, fishing, and Animal Crossing. I loved this game. I'm like with Bill. I constantly see Bill online while I'm playing Animal Crossing, jumping on and off like Donovan, Sam, Josh, I think, who dusted off his copy the other day. I love this game. It came out of left field for me. I could say more, and I will later.
I saw it coming like a freight train. I played, I don't know, over 400 hours of New Leaf, so I'm the perfect person to not want to play Animal Crossing anymore. And I played it for about 200 hours this year. It's excellent. It's also been a really fun way to stay connected with friends. My best friend lives in Japan, and like we'll get online, and like he and his his daughter's like 6 years old, turning 7, right? And like it's the first Nintendo game that she's ever connected with.
You had a ritual for a while, like every Saturday
night, and even this last Saturday, they FaceTime me, and then we play Animal Crossing. She wants to visit my island, then I come over to her island, and like, it's become a thing. And yeah, there was that moment in time when turnip prices were more important than stock prices in the universe, and but this is the definitive Nintendo Switch game of this year. I don't think there's really an argument, even if you hate the game. Or even if you don't like the game, even if you never played the game, you can look at the Nintendo Switch this year and be like, yeah, this was Animal Crossing's year.
Earlier this year, when the pandemic kicked off, I was feeling pretty bummed out. I had a birthday in late April, and I logged into Animal Crossing. Literally woke up. At one point, I was sleeping with my Nintendo Switch on the other pillow, and would wake up and just pick up the Switch and start playing Animal Crossing. And so I start playing because the daily reset's 5 a.m. And you come out of your house after the reset. So whatever time I woke up, I come out of my house. I've got mail. Because I put my birthday in there, there was a birthday party for me. There was like letters from mom. There was presents. There was like this whole thing where the villagers are like celebrating. And I was like, you know what? It's been kind of a crummy year. Like we just got into the pandemic. And I was like, this is really fantastic. Like, it was a really like cool, unexpected. I never thought a video game would hit me in the heartstrings like Animal Crossing on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was just something I remembered when you were mentioning that.
Absolutely.
I remember you sharing that story with me, Bill, and I think I'm actually looking forward to my birthday, which is still like 4.5 months away. But there was, Asif, I wanted to clarify something. During the remake segment, I said I was surprised at how quickly you made progress in Demon Souls. And I didn't mean that as Asif's bad at video games, I'm so surprised he knows which button to press sort of way. What I meant was, you started off, it seemed that you started off on the same trajectory I started with Animal Crossing, where you gave me a code and I texted you like an hour later. It's like, so what even is this game? Like, I was just kind of like against it already. And then within a couple of days, I was like, oh man, when do I get the shop upgrade? When do I get this? And that's what I saw you doing with Demon Souls, where you were like, this game is trash. And then I like, when you would send me videos, I'm like, oh, he's getting pretty far actually. And it's just, like, Animal Crossing was that for me. It's not a love-hate. I love that game. And it was just, I've had so many little moments. Like, I have over 400 hours into it. I probably don't even play as regularly as maybe Bill does now, although I always slip back in. Like, every day I wake up, I harvest my fruit, I talk to my neighbors, I fish, because fishing is still super fun. I have almost everything filled out in my museum. It's just, there's always something to do in that game. It really changed how I viewed video games, honestly, which is, again, a conversation I want to have later. But
because there's a win condition in that game, but it's not really that important.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that so many games are built around having an endpoint. Animal Crossing isn't. And Animal Crossing, sure, there's constraints with which you can express yourself in that game, but it is about expressing yourself. David's Island is like a giant library. You know, Bill's Island is Canada. Josh's Island is some sort of future.
It's a Zelda dungeon.
Yeah, Zelda dungeon. And then
really cool.
I made a race because they're never going to make a new F-Zero game. So I was like, fine, you can come to my island and race around it. There's just, you know, there's little things that I wish they had done differently in the game, but it's excellent. There's no question. It's stupid we're even having a vote for this. But.
I wanted to hear from Sam and Donovan too, if they have anything to add. Like, I know Sam and his partner actually, I think, worked together on an island. So there's a lot of stuff that Sam was like, better not touch that or Lauren will kill me. And I thought that was pretty cool that they were like kind of sharing a vision for what they wanted to do to their island. I thought that was neat.
Yeah, I think like Animal Crossing really struck a chord, I think, with all of us that played it, and with the gaming industry and gamers and players at large. And yeah, being able to share an island with someone and cultivate it and watch it grow and map it out and plan it, it was just, it kind of takes you out of the moment of reality and just gives you an opportunity to actually feel like you've got some control over everything. I think it's, again, just a really important game.
I was doing time conversions so that I could visit Sam's Island in the south at the right time to catch fish that I needed.
That's true.
I'd be like, Sam, I need you to open your gates.
Oh no, it got really intense for a while there. I would say March through May, all of us were intensely playing Animal Crossing New Horizons.
You took that to a new level though. Like, how many millions of bells do you have now?
I have 100 million bells.
Yeah.
I actually, yeah, talking about my friend, I just gave her 2.6 million bells the other day because she was like struggling to progress in the game, and you know how important bells are.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't need them, so I was like, here. But that was like a neat surprise. I was like, yeah, come over to the beach, and there was just like all of these, you know, bags of money sitting there. But yeah, no, I did my experiment. I think that's when I kind of fell out of love with the game, honestly, was when I turned 17 million bells into 100 million bells.
You burned out pretty hard. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Because, like, it was like a job. I was, like, all day scouring the internet for turnip prices, and then once you get the turnip price, flying back and forth was a constraint. That became a time constraint. So, yeah, no, tune into the Last Dance with Turnips to understand just how insane it got.
You're up $1 million. Yes! And now you've lost all but $600. You got greedy, Martin.
But yeah, I love this game. I've loved this franchise for a while. I still feel like there's things they could do to make it better, and that's why I agree with Josh's score. It's not a perfect game or anything, but it's excellent, and it came. I can't think of a more perfectly timed release date.
Yeah.
And obviously Nintendo didn't know there was going to be a pandemic hitting when it dropped that game, but
Probably did.
so yeah, let's vote so we can get out of here. Greg, what's your favorite Nintendo Switch game this year?
Super Mario 3D All Stars. Finally can play Mario 64 on the Switch.
Yeah,
So
I
happy.
mean, honestly, like I get the technical complaints against that game. Dolphin has been doing it better. All those games better. Like Chris said, I've synced a Wiimote to my PC and played Mario Galaxy, but those games are still those games. They're all three still masterpieces, and being able to play them on a portable console is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't run into the issues with Sunshine. I mean, I know Scancore had some issues with Sunshine on the Switch controls because of the pads were different, but I didn't see any issues. It's just sprayful. Maybe it's because I got used to it or something. I didn't need a GameCube controller to do that.
It was pressure sensitive triggers
thank you,
on the GameCube that aren't on the Switch, so they had to alter how FLUDD works. But yeah, still excellent. I actually, because the whole inverted camera issue, I didn't play Sunshine when it launched on 3D All Stars because I was furious about that. So I played 64. 64 definitely holds up really well. Galaxy's excellent. It should have included Galaxy 2 in my opinion.
It should have.
And because that's the better of the Galaxy games. And Sunshine's great.
Next year.
No, I guarantee it's gonna be a separate thing.
Yeah,
Really?
they'll charge 50.
They'll charge 60 for that. Ozzy, what is your Nintendo Switch game of the year?
I'm gonna save my arguments for Hades for later, and I guess I'm gonna go with the crowd. Say Animal Crossing.
David, your Animal Crossing. Steve.
Wait.
Go ahead, dude.
Yeah, I'm Animal Crossing. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Steve.
As much
Resident
as
Evil
I-
2 on the Switch.
As much as I love Mario 35, I'm going with Animal Crossing.
I was really thinking you might pick Mario 35, but
I was thinking about it.
yeah, because I've seen you stream that, and it's a sight to behold. Blake,
Well,
what is
you
your
can.
favorite Nintendo Switch game of 2020?
I can't understate the value and the sort of like emotional crutch that Animal Crossing was for people. Even though it's not my cup of tea, I gotta give it, a fist bump for doing what it did this year. So I don't think any other Nintendo game had like such a massive emotional impact on so many people.
I don't know. If you saw Bomb die, I feel differently.
Maybe, but probably not.
No,
because I've seen so many bombs die.
I know.
I know how the burger gets made.
It's pretty hilarious that they even did that.
Yeah. So,
I'm just amazed that they made you feel for the bomb, and I'm not even joking.
I know. I watched the scene. I was like, "Wow, that's actually really well done."
They set that up for like a good half hour or so, and you kind of know it's coming, but when it actually happens, it's like, oh god, you're suddenly shedding a tear for a bomb whose literal one job is to explode.
Chris, do you have a favorite Nintendo Switch game of this year?
Hades.
Hades. That's a good one. TJ?
Animal Crossing New Horizons is meme supreme. If we ever come up with an award like that, like this is a perfect example of the game that would get that award. The internet culture around Animal Crossing was the best this year, and the Isabel Shack Chat. What is Isabel drinking Shack Chat we did earlier this year was easily like one of my favorites.
I forgot about that. That's great.
That was a good one. Okay, I think I have all the votes in. Wait, Donovan?
Animal Crossing for me as well.
Yeah. So I got Animal Crossing for myself, 3D All Stars for Greg.
I wish I could understand that game. I don't fault anyone for liking it. I just don't. I can't.
Okay, understand. What is there to understand? You fucking grow fruit. You harvest fruit.
Guys,
You get
Bill's got
billed-
fish to catch.
You get a loan to build your house. You pay the loan off. You get another loan to build the house. You pay the loan off. You build a fence in your backyard. You can grow trees by planting fruit. What is there to understand?
It's a game for no imagination losers that prefer to be told what to do to pass time because they can't think for themselves. I played Stardew Valley years ago. I'm over it.
I mean,
Play a
that's
real
when I
game.
look at that. I'm not saying this is what it is. I'm just saying when I look at that game, and even when I played New Leaf, looking back at the GameCube version, I'm just like, I've played mobile games that are exactly like this.
This is very much not New Leaf.
That doesn't mean they're bad. That doesn't mean it's bad. I'm just saying like it feels just a game where I'm doing frivolous chores and there's no really reactive kind
Here's
of
the thing.
gameplay.
Here's
It's a game
the
you
thing.
can chill with, and that's fine. But I just can't wrap my head around. Like I can't connect it. I can't do it. I don't know.
What
why.
is? What's your malfunction? Like, I don't get it. Like, what is there to not understand about the game? It's so simple.
Oh Lord, Greg, what did you do?
No, I'm just
like
saying.
basic.
That's all I'm just saying.
Like,
I said I wish I could.
I get
understand
Chris.
why
that
I
I
get
agree
Chris
with
talking
Greg.
shit. I get Chris talking shit about people who like the game. That's one thing. But to look at the game and not understand it, like you gotta have a mental deficit to not understand a game that's this basic.
All right.
No, I just like. I mean, like it's.
I like
slightly
that you
different
accepted
Farmville.
me
I just
calling
don't-
you a
know,
no
it's Farmville.
imagination loser, but not what Greg is saying.
Yes, I do accept that. But like, this is different, Krabs. This is like not understanding checkers.
Thank you. Any questions?
Not for me. Develop such a place and realize your creative vision.
Yes?
We're able to offer you a range of additional services.
Yes.
These include
I don't get
ways
it.
to help you and your fellow residents get from point A
What
to
exactly
point
don't you get?
B. By building bridges and slopes, you'll be able to comfortably walk around the island without relying on handmade tools like vaulting poles and ladders.
Well, what's fun about that?
And once the island is... With your very own infrastructure, maintenance, and construction permits, you can flex your creative muscle across the island. Make the most of them to make your island your dream home.
There, that might help.
Oh,
As you've seen today, the Deserted Island Getaway Package offers you a wild new
I
life
still don't get it.
surrounded by nature, just as it's...
What?
So
Donovan, I hope we're clipping this for
Greg,
social.
just like Greg, vote for his game. You guys are cyberbullying right now.
That's cyberbullying.
And that's not what the spirit of Animal Crossing is about, unless you follow that Nook guy who's clearly...
That's Krabs is right on that one. That's not what Animal Crossing is about.
Krabs is wrong. I've seen people put fences up around islanders they don't like to try to get them to go away.
Did they make the other villagers pay for it?
Goof. All right, so it's Animal Crossing then,
Yeah,
right? All right, cool.
No. Let me count the
wait.
votes real quick.
Let me count the votes.
Josh,
So we got one vote for Hades, one vote for Super Mario All Stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I feel like Josh
voted
would
so
have
you can go
voted
home.
for Animal Crossing, but I'm not sure.
Josh would have voted
He
for
put
Animal
it in
Crossing.
general. He put it in general.
Our best
Oh, okay.
Nintendo Switch game of 2020 is Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Oh man,
Yay.
wow, so close. What a close one that was.
By the skin of its
Spent a lot of
teeth.
time on that one.